La. I'm here with the workshop doing the crafts and things. So yeah, doing a few things as a volunteer.
And what sort of crafts are you offering in here?
So we're looking at ourselves and how wonderful we are and different things like that. So we've done similar in the past. So we're cutting out hands and making them into superheroes because our hands are amazing. And we're also doing illusion pencils. So we're making a pencil that looks like a superhero. And we're also doing some recycled papery hats and things. And we also have prompts with little day things to make that a superhero to remind you what day of the week it is.
What sort of response have you had from children?
Oh, they keep coming back for more. They're loving it, and also it's nice to see how creative they are. So you give them the tools and then they can create whatever they want, and their imagination's amazing.
And of course, part of what goes on in here is it's for everybody, isn't it? It doesn't matter what a child's ability is.
No, it's definitely adapted for everyone. So where we can, we've got some symbols out so that they can understand what the task is. So there's a visual aids as well as verbal.
How important is it that this is accessible for all children?
100% accessible for everyone, yeah. It's about choice and about being able to express themselves in any form, really, yeah.
And has there been a wide age range of those taking part?
Yes, we've had from around 3 years old. We did have a very little one that was being supported by their parent, but yeah, it's right up to the adults that are joining in as well. Some of the parents are quite liking it once they see their children getting going, so they've been joining in too.
I mean, I've been watching for a little while and I've seen some children maybe have got certain learning disabilities or different capabilities, and as you as volunteers, you have to deal with that. So what sort of training and backgrounds are you all coming from to be able to know how to deal with these different children of different abilities?
Some of us have our own children. Some of us have worked with children. I'm an occupational therapist myself. We also have people from teaching backgrounds and things like that as well. And you've worked with the youth as well, so yeah.
And could you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, I'm Dave, and I'm working on the craft section doing the zombie apocalypse.
That obviously needs explaining.
Yes, it does. We have some lovely zombies donated by our friends at Mantic Games. They sent us over 300, and part of what we're doing is a paint and take, so we're teaching young people and adults to paint miniatures, so little 28mm models with acrylic paints. We're showing them everything they can do with that using different types of paints and inks and how they can get the best results, and then we're allowing them to play it in a game on another table where we've got terrain set up to mimic Eastbourne of the future as the zombies rise up and try and take out the evil robots wanting to steal their stuff.
A dystopian Eastbourne, there's a thought for us all. And I've seen similar, I'm not necessarily into this genre myself, but I've seen whole shops packed full of miniatures and things people can paint, and this is obviously something that is massive.
Yeah, I think that the tabletop industry's really exploded since people have come back from COVID and wanted to have something physical. We spent a lot of time online, and children are very tactile creatures. They want to touch and hold and move and see when they kill something with a 6 on a dice that it explodes and flies across the table, and actually really get involved and have that narrative where they can tell their own stories and have their own experiences. So it's been very popular.
And if you were to go back 20, 30 years, possibly you'd be told this is a little boy's thing to do, but how are you finding with little girls joining in with things like this?
Well, I've been beaten by many little girls today who all seem to be much better at the game than I am. Whether they want their zombie to be a unicorn master or whether they want it to be a gribbly zombie ready to eat people's brains, they are getting involved and getting stuck in and loving it, and all are welcome.
And what sort of ages have you seen?
We've seen probably the youngest about 3 today, playing with his brothers, and we've gone up to 9s and 10s. We've had mums and dads joining in as well, secretly pretending not to enjoy it, but actually loving every second. So we're open to all age ranges.
And I've seen a few bits and pieces being taken from the table over here. Is this their handiwork over here?
Over here is another stall. We've got, behind you at the table, is all ours drying off for people to come and take once they're dry and use in games, or just take home and love a zombie forevermore.
And what do you think you can do next year to better that?
I'd like to see a bit more variety. I'd like to see other things from zombies. Zombies are cool, but you could have too many zombies at some stage. Maybe some aliens. We might want to expand and have a different type of game, but something to involve people. We're using as fewer dice as possible to allow as many different ability groups to take part, and we can change the narrative depending on who we've got, and I'd like to see that flexibility increase next year if we come back.
And how about donations? How have they gone?
We've had a lot of people asking us about making donations, and they've been trying. We've had interesting use of the Wi-Fi so far today, but people have wanted to make donations where they've been grateful for their children being able to do something a bit different from computer games and the general fare.
And how important is it that people do get behind the charitable side like this?
I think any charity that tries to make learning accessible for everybody, no matter who they are, you've got to get involved. You can't put too high a price on that.